Our next inductee is Dan Iverson from Naperville North High School. Dan is an individual that I've had some type of connection with since he was in junior high in Macomb, Illinois. See, Dan's junior high coach was Karen Campbell-Lupski, who ran for me, and according to Dan, I guess Karen and Dan ran quite a bit in the morning on before junior high was taking place and also high school. So I guess in running heritage, that makes Dan my grandson. So after graduating from North Central College, where he ran for Alcarius, Dan took a job at Naperville North as a social studies teacher and assistant girls cross country and track coach. After a couple of years at North, Dan took over the head girls cross country program with Marty B. Moved to Naperville Central as the athletic director. From 1996 through 2015, Naperville North's girls cross country program has reached unbelievable heights. During that 20-year span that he's been the head coach, they have qualified for the Illinois State cross country meet all 20 times. They've won 5 state championships, 4 second place trophies, 4 third place trophies, and finished 4th twice. They have captured 16 regional championships, 11 sectional championships, and 11 DuPage Valley Conference championships. Dan has coached 27 All-Staters, including this year's 3A state champ, Judy Pendergast, and 8 individual DuPage Valley Conference champs, individual champs. That isn't enough. In track, he has coached 10 individuals and 9 4x8 meter relay teams to all-state honors. This past spring, his runners won the 4x800 meter relay at the state meet, in addition to Pendergast winning the 3200 meter championship. Dan has been an active person, serving as a regional rep. He has served on the IHSA Cross Country Advisory Committee. He has spoken at several ITCA clinics, including today's. And when the IHSA expanded the 3A cross country series to 5 sectionals, Dan was on the committee that helped form that. Dan has been a great representative for the sports of cross country and track and field in Illinois. Dan's former mentor at Naperville North and retired Naperville Central AD Marty B. made this comment about Dan. Dan showed genuine caring and compassion for the entire student athlete, not for just their performance. For these reasons, I have the privilege of inducting into ITCA Hall of Fame my grandson, Dan Iverson.
I have a penchant for taking a 30-second task and making it into a 20-minute one, and so I'm going to avoid that by reading a little bit today. So, I want to thank both Bruce and Steve and the entire ITCA organization. I'm honored to be here today in this capacity. The Illinois Track and Cross Country Coaches Association's Hall of Fame counts as its members among the very greatest coaches and educators in the country, and to be honored among them is tremendously humbling. We are fortunate to be daily given the opportunity to positively impact the lives of the students and athletes we coach. To be recognized for having used this opportunity well carries tremendous meaning for me. Of course, there is little that I have accomplished without the influence and assistance of others. And so it is just that I use a significant portion of my time here to recognize and thank those whose influence allows me to be here right now. I would start with my own coaches. As Bruce already mentioned, my years as a runner at Edison Junior High, Karen Lewski was one of my first coaches, along with Randy Ames. He gave me my start in organized athletics, a journey that was continued at Macomb High School under Coach Mike Sartori and my friend Joe Flannery. When I decided to attend North Central College to run with Alcarius, my career path was set. It would be hard to have a mentor and an influence as a coach and as a person whom I admire more than Al. The core of who I am as a coach, in terms of morality, philosophy, and physiology, is directly linked to his influence. There's nothing of my core coaching persona that is not in some way linked back to the influences of each of my former coaches, But the bedrock of that philosophy will remain rooted, what I learned from Al, from Grammy, from the countless others that I was privileged to talk to and run with at North Central College. I cannot improve on the basic, simple power of run for fun and personal bests. As I thank my mentors, I need to recognize my colleagues. My current athletic director, Bob Quinn, is over there. My current principal, Stephanie Post, is over there. I appreciate very much their support by being here. Chronologically, Marty B., Ken Young, Jenny Marine, Chuck HOF, Renee Billish, Eric Thornton, my very, very good friend Joanna Berg, are all colleagues from whom I have learned much and for much I have relied upon over time. More recently, I have valued the friendship and counsel of Anna Crafson, Brian Webb, Lauren Kroc, Allison Hilliard, Lindsay Greer. Additionally, I have benefited greatly from my personal and professional relationship with our voice coach, Dave Racy, from whom I have learned tremendously. I have more friends in the coaching community than can possibly be mentioned here, but I would be remiss not to mention Rob Harvey, Jim Dickerson, and Iceland Hicks, each of whom I consider among my very best friends. Significantly, I need to thank the athletes who have run in our program over the 22 years I have been privileged to be part of it. I have learned much from them, both in our shared successes and in our shortcomings. I am absolutely cognizant that the lion's share of the honor given me today is justly due them. I can write whatever workouts I want, but ultimately it is each one of these young women who have given life to our program and made it special. I am deeply indebted to them. Sam, thanks for being the representative for that. So, finally, I need to thank my family. My siblings have been constant supporters of what we have accomplished over the years. My brother is here today. My parents cannot possibly be bigger fans and more positive influences in my life, both thus far and going forward. They continue to be steadfast supporters of Naperville North Distance Runners, most notably by hosting the entire team every year at their house in Macomb on our annual cross-country camping trip. I want to thank my children, Colin and Lucy, whose events that I... Sorry. Whose events that I have at times missed due to commitments to this sport. I sincerely hope that my occasional absence will never be mistaken for a lack of love for you guys. It will be the, sorry. It will continue to be the challenge of my career to balance in some acceptable way my deep and abiding commitment to my family with a commitment to our great sport over these many years. Last but not least, I want to thank my wife, Laura. No one knows better than she does the commitment it takes to be successful in her profession. She has done more than her fair share of driving our kids to soccer practices and generally making our family run smoothly as I've been at meets and at practices over the years. My family means the world to me, and the fact that she's been willing to help me pursue this passion means more than she can ever know. Thanks. As I conclude, I want to make completely clear that my presence here is largely the result of the influence, love, support, and friendship of the people I have just mentioned, and frankly, many I have absolutely no time to mention right now. It is among the greatest honors of my life to work with these young women in our program over the last 22 years. To be recognized for the work I have done to promote their development is in this way humbling. There's nothing about this honor today that is about me alone. There's a basic truth of this sport that is never really about us as coaches. When a 27-minute 3-miler becomes a 25-minute 3-miler, there's a thrill present similar to that which exists when an all-state runner breaks 17 minutes for the first time. It is the real gift of this great sport. Everyone can do it, everyone can grow, everyone can become transformed by it. And to the extent that I can even be a small part of it, I am deeply honored. Thank you so much.